Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today as I walk amongst the boats. Just a beautiful day. And there are a bunch of real estate scams that are coming out now that the economy's taken a turn. And I can't wait to share these with you and talk about this. But please, as usual, like the video. Please subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, join the email list right now because we are going to have our Christmas plans, end of the year holiday plans that are going to be announced this week, and you don't want to miss that. So use the link below and sign up for our email list if you're not already on it. Now, first things first, okay? There is a new scam out there that I've never heard of until recently, until I started researching this, and this was sent to me. And Patty Zezik is a realtor in the Minnesota area. And she had someone reach out on Facebook Marketplace, which, guys, it's a lot of shenanigans on Facebook Marketplace, and you have to protect yourself, just like Craigslist, just like your local paper. On any classified area, you have to check, people out wholeheartedly. But she had someone that said, hey, I have a lot of land that I want to sell. And it's perfect. Here's the location. And it'd be perfect for a builder. And there's only one contingency. I need a quick sale and I need a cash sale for this. And, I thought that was suspicious. She said, no, this is pretty normal for land that people want cash. And a builder, agreed to buy it through another realtor in Patty's office and said, hey, I've got the perfect guy for this. So the builder, buys the lot of land and puts up a sign, get your custom home here because he's going to build a custom home for somebody on there. Only problem was a couple days later, the real owner of the land contacted the builder and said, what are you doing? Get your sign off my property. The builder's like, what are you talking about? I just bought it. He goes, you didn't buy it from me. So this is a scam where people impersonate people owning land. Isn't that crazy? Now, as I research this, think about this. In 2022, this scam went to the FBI 11,727 times. That people had these fake lots of land for sale that people fell victim to. Now think about this. These are transactions. These are people that got scammed and lost money. So somebody was out 75 grand on this transaction because the builder, is not getting it. The guy, I'm not selling this property. I wouldn't sell it for 75,000 either. So this is going to be a bigger problem as things get worse. You're going to see more and more scams. Now, couple things. I have a friend, Jeff, who's a realtor he was in the Huntington Beach area. They've moved to Texas. And Jeff and his wife just are great people. His buddy calls him about 5 years ago, pre-pandemic, and says, hey, didn't know you guys were selling your house. It's like, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, I found it on Craigslist. And it's Jeff's house on Craigslist, listed for sale. And Jeff's like, oh, that's interesting. Now, me, I would have been inventive. I would have contacted the person, said, I want to see my house that was listed for sale. And Jeff just filed a claim and got it taken off. But I'm like, wait a second. Doesn't that freak you out like big time that somebody did that, used the picture of your house and used this for sale? And then it eventually came up for rent that they used the same picture later on too. So I've had so many stories that you guys have sent me over the last 2 years where people have put a rental deposit down and people don't have access to the property. And this is very, very common. Look how big these boats are, guys. So you have to protect yourself from the bad people in the world, and they're getting more creative. This is so bad that not only did the FBI have the 11,727, claims, but this has gone to the Secret Service. Isn't that crazy? The Secret Service is looking into real estate fraud right now. Who knew, man? Who knew? So through the years, there's been scams that people have told me about, and whether you are renting or you are buying something, you have to check things out. And lately, with my friend Doug, the foreclosure guy, when we saw that foreclosure where people had multiple, what they thought were second trust deeds, and they were third, fourth, fifth, based on the date that they were filed, these poor people had lost millions of dollars for one house. One house. And the guy went out to his church, because he's got a place in hell, and sold it to people at his church. Hey, here's a $400,000, invest in this and you'll double and triple your money. Some of these people had paperwork and never recorded the paperwork. So with that, these people had nothing. They just wrote a check thinking that they owned a second trust deed on this guy's house. Isn't that awful to think about? So this scam is happening more and more often. Another one that my friend's daughter fell victim to, and this one I was like, how could you do this? Because she said, listen, we went to a company that provides the list of the best rentals, because rentals in certain areas are very scarce. And they're like, you have hot areas. I don't care where you live on the planet Earth. You've got certain areas that are better than others to live in. And of course they have, less real estate for sale at times, and you've got, less rentals available. So this place, we have the best rentals. And I'm like, how much was that? $449. Who would pay for a list of rentals? And it turned out that the company just gave them a list of rentals that you could have seen from any Craigslist ad, Facebook Marketplace, the MLS, or anything like that. So they just made this list up, and these people paid $449 for that. But you're getting the premium. You're going to be put in line in front of everybody else, which is no such thing. Because when you start contacting the owners of the property, they said, nah, we've got no such deal. We don't even know who this place is. And the other thing was that the list was dated. In other words, yeah, I rented that place out 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about? It's listed for rent? Who's got it listed for rent right now? So this is happening more and more. But you're going to see with the real estate market, in the shape that it's in. Now, I'm telling you, I love the realtors that write. You just don't know what realtors do. And it's crazy. I am telling you this, guys, right now. When I buy my next house, I will not have a buyer's agent. Okay? There will be no buyer's commission paid to anybody, because I will hire an attorney, and I will have Drayton May help me with that. The idea with this is that I'm the guy qualifying. I'm the guy picking the house. They're not going to find something unless they find some pocket listing that they have and they're Josh Altman. Dan, I've got my buddy that's selling his house. It would be perfect for you. That would be different. Understand? That's totally different. When you're out searching and you're out qualifying, why would you pay these guys? And again, they lose their mind when I say this. So with all of these lawsuits that have happened with the real estate industry, it's brought things to light. But the fraud and the fact that you have, the Secret Service involved in this now, this is nuts right now. So read that story below that was sent to me, because it's so good. But you're seeing this more and more. And people that are flipping land right now, that is an art form in itself, the people that can flip land. But the point is right now is that the people that are scamming these people are getting caught. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. With all the economic warnings that we've seen lately, you need to take matters into your own hands. The best thing to do is look at having precious metals in your retirement. The best place to do that is Patriot Gold Group. Call them today, 888-330-1431, and find out how you can get a no-fee-for-life IRA or 401k that's backed by metals. They not only sell gold, they also sell silver, and both of these have exploded lately in price. You've got to look at metals in your future. Do it now before it's too late. So many banks, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, even JP Morgan have said that gold is going to go through the roof. You don't want to miss out on this. Contact them today. They're #1 rated for 7 years in a row because they do things right. Contact Patriot Gold. It's very easy. Use the link below or call them today at 888-330-1431. Let them know that Dan from iAllegedly sent you. Do it now before it's too late. Think about this number. $4.4 billion. $4.4 billion was lost in New York State to organized shopping rings last year that steal, they're theft rings, that steal from retail establishments. $4.4 billion. That's Looneyville, guys. That's insane. That was 2022. In 2023, they think conservatively, which I don't believe this number, that it could only be up 25% more to 50% more. So it could be over $6 billion is lost to organized theft rings. Isn't that crazy, guys? And you wonder why everything's so expensive. And again, these people are not prosecuted for what they're doing. Okay, there's that. And then we talked about Black Friday and everything that's going on with Black Friday this year. But think about this. MasterCard, Visa, and Bolt, the processing, they were down. They had a period that they were down. How would you like to be the retailer? We don't take cash. It's card only here. Okay, you know, the last video we talked about how you should have cash, and people didn't get their purchases done because of the processing being down. All I have is a card. Okay, so a real problem. Okay, the other thing, another problem with banking right now is Wells Fargo is refusing to give people $14,000 back, clients of theirs. And they're saying that these people bought a Mercedes with this and that we don't believe that it was, you know, fake. And the people are like, wait a second. The pitch geese, they're like, wait a second, we didn't buy a Mercedes. And they said, no, we've investigated this and you guys made 3 transactions that totaled $14,000 and you bought yourself a nice car. Just admit it. Now, Mr. Pitchkey said, wait a second, I've been married for 42 years and I would know if my wife had a new car in the driveway, used car at that, for the, you know, luxury used car. I don't know how you get a luxury Mercedes for 14 grand with 3 payments, but that being said, Wells Fargo is refusing to refund them their money. This is the sign of the times, guys, where you're seeing these transactions that you have to check out and make sure that everything is accurate, because these poor people, you know, they ended up filing a police report. They said, listen, we're going to the cops on this because money's been stolen from us. We have nothing. Well, your wife authorized this. So because your wife, what do you mean my wife authorized this? So again, the circle around of she did it, you should have known about it. So unless she has a boyfriend after 42 years of marriage that she bought a car for, you know, it's ridiculous. So share your thoughts on this stuff. But again, the banks are not complying. They're not giving you your money back. You have to be on top of this. They are cracking down in all of those terms and conditions that we get shoved down our throats time and again, time and again. It says in there that the time to report this stuff is getting less and less and less. Any credit card, any bank, anything that you have, you should get paper statements on. They should have to mail you things, okay? Because you will see it. Oh, look, I got a letter from the bank. All of you that sit there and say, I pay attention to my emails. I have 19 emails, guys. So no, okay? Anyways, if you get mail from these people, you're going to open it. The other thing is that they're telling people that the window is less and less and less to dispute things like this. So you have to be on top of this. You have to take these financial matters into your own hands and protect yourself and be smart about this stuff. But if you see something, do something about it. But I give these people credit for going to the cops, first of all. Now, they're probably going to have to hire an attorney if the police report doesn't do it. The other thing is Florida. Florida has such a problem with homeowners insurance. Think about this. How much is the average homeowners insurance policy in the state of Florida? Okay? Average homeowners insurance policy right now, guys, $4,200. That's insane, guys. That's absolutely nuts. So you got $380 a month for your homeowners insurance, and it's doubled since last year. Now you've got some places that are much worse because of condos and high rises and different things like that that they're charging people for. But you have to look at this. People are fleeing Florida because they can't afford the insurance for this. Now, let's face it. When a lot of people, I'd say 90% plus when they buy a house, they're tapped. This is, what's the payment? What's it all going to equal? La 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 la. That's what they can afford. You know what I mean? And they just get in. They're house poor. Now, here's the thing. What are the utilities? How much does it cost to have the water connected? What's the water like? What's the gas like? What's the electric like? And some of you, what's the heating oil like? All of these questions that people don't ask. Okay, you have to start asking. But people are leaving Florida right now in droves for this very reason. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far. Now, one thing that we've talked a lot about over the course of the last year basically is which retailer is going to go down next. Now, this one's an online retailer, and they've done things in the past that I've just been blown away by, and that's Wayfair, okay? They say that Wayfair could go bankrupt between now and the end of the year. Think about this. During the holiday times, they could be down for the count. Now, the thing about Wayfair that used to blow me away was my late girlfriend would buy a lot of stuff from Wayfair, and man, oh man, were they wrong. A lot of the times they would ship her things that were the wrong color, the wrong size, the wrong item, okay? And then she'd call them and say, what do I do? Just keep it. We'll send you a new one. And then they would send her the new one. So they would double ship things. And I'm thinking, how do you make money on this? Okay? How do you make money on that? Now, you know that there are scoundrels out there that buy tables and things like that and say, oh, it's the wrong size. It's the wrong, what do you do? Oh, we'll send you a new table. You know that there's people that are doing scammy things like that. Now, great article about Best Buy. Best Buy's fighting crime in their stores, and they say the way they're doing it is by having more employees. By having more people in the stores and more bodies working there, they are fighting crime. And that's one thing that, I went to a Best Buy about a week ago, and I was like, yeah, you know what? There is a lot of people here working here. And now I was thinking, pre-holiday, Black Friday's coming up, but a lot of people hate it when people say, hell, when you walk into a store and they say, hello, and they acknowledge you, that is supposed to deter crime, okay? So as I start shoving things down in my pocket, that 85-inch TV. But clearly Best Buy has less theft than other big retailers. So it'll be interesting to see, because what's going to happen is that all we hear about right now, today, is how great it is. Got Cyber Monday. Everybody's spending money on Cyber Monday. This made-up holiday, okay? This made-up holiday. Cyber Monday. What a joke. What an absolute joke, okay? So Cyber Monday is going to be huge this year. Everybody's shopping. Nobody's going to the store. People hate other people. Have you guys noticed that? People are sick and tired of interacting. You wonder why people have a problem getting dates? I don't like to talk to people. Just wish I could meet the perfect person and have them show up at my house like I dream of Jeannie. Da-dun-da, da-dun-da. Okay? Doesn't work that way. I've tried. Okay? Share your thoughts. There's a lot more to cover in business right now. Odyssey, the radio company, they bought CBS Radio and paid a fortune, $1.6 billion for it, and it's losing money hand over fist. The thing I get a kick out of here when I am in the car and I'm listening to radio is, hey, do you know you should advertise on radio because it reaches 92% of the entire audience? Well, that's misleading, okay? Just because radio reaches 92% of the country doesn't mean that their audience is 92% of the audience. I mean, think about it. What my daughter listens to and what I listen to and what you listen to, completely different. So to sit there and say everybody's going to benefit from radio advertising is lunacy. Radio advertising is incredibly expensive, guys. I am floored at what people pay. And one thing that I absolutely get a kick out of is when I go to Las Vegas, the number of attorneys that are on the TV, local, and the radio, it's insane. It is the personal injury capital of the world. Trip and fall, and you got 40 attorneys there. Your boss yell at you, you got money coming. Come on, man. you have a bad meal at that steakhouse? Ooh, let's get you paid. Maybe that'll be my next commercial. Anyways, point is that radio is not what it's cracked up to be, but radio is a broken model right now. Things are different right now. People advertise different. Advertising has changed. Business has changed right now. So, great article below talking about how real estate is bottomed out. So go buy a house, guys. It's all good. Real estate has hit rock bottom, and you can now go afford a house. I don't know who these people are, and I am telling you, I could do contradiction after contradiction where they talk on one story on the same page about how bad things are with a certain topic, and then you have two stories down talking about how, hey, real estate's hit rock bottom and it's time to get back in and time to call your agent and make that move. Okay. Just a few stories to end this video. The first one is the bond market and our inverted yield curve. Think about this. 2-year bonds and treasury notes pay more than the longer term treasury notes. That's an inverted yield curve. The inverted yield curve is the biggest it's ever been since 2000. Okay? This, through history, has always pointed to a downturn, and it's always preceded a massive recession. They have played games, manipulated, and had shenanigan festival with us for the last 3 years to where they've avoided certain things, which I think is going to make things much worse. Borrowing and credit and printing money out of thin air, and the Fed buying things at their buying desk, everything that they've done. But traditionally, the S&P 500 falls through the floor eventually, as a result of this downturn. That's never going to happen. That it's going to be 6 months out, 6 months out, 6 months out. Okay? There's that. I love our veterans. I love the police. I love our firefighters. And I am blown away by this story because the IRS is now going after veterans that have been overpaid from their pensions. Okay? And Patrick McFeely got a letter that says, hey, you've been overpaid the tune of $103,000. The story is below. This is disturbing. It's really disturbing because the guy's like, I get $2,400 a month, and I've been disabled since I turned 62, and this guy served our country, and now they want him to pay that money back. So give us the $100,000. Now they're going to take money monthly, and this is just awful. Okay, it's terrible. It's terrible. So share your thoughts on this stuff. I have a friend that I went to high school with that works for Veterans Affairs, and I will reach out to Roxanne and talk to her about this and find out if there's anything she can do for people like this, because it's awful. Because what she's done is people, oh, your dad was a veteran? Oh, he's got benefits coming, and there's things that people should be getting that they don't get. And then mistakes like this get made, and all hell's going to break loose, and you got to suck the money back from the poor person that is living month to month to month. He's not out, buying a boat, okay? He's just getting by. Stephen from the UK loves when I talk about EV cars. The largest EV charging station in the UK has 175 charging ports. Think about this, 175 spots to charge your car in Birmingham. And there are long lines, long waits, and it's more expensive than petrol is, which is gas to you and me. So I get a kick out of that because, remember, the sun is free. EV cars are free. The other thing I want to ask you guys is it's supposed to be the Cybertruck is supposed to come out. If you guys get any video of that Cybertruck, man, oh man, send it my way because I want to see that thing. Because the one thing that I've heard is that they stopped sending the Cybertruck to car shows because of the poor quality, that people were taking pictures and posting things online. And whether that's true or not, or if it's just somebody disparaging, our main man Elon, or if it's true, okay? But when you see this car, don't be afraid to get video, and don't be afraid to send it to hello@iallegedly.com, okay? Hope you guys enjoyed this. Just a quick video today. Hope you enjoyed Thanksgiving. Please sign up for the email list. Easiest way to do it is take a picture of this. Hold your phone up to this, take a picture, and you can be part of this, because we're going to have a Christmas giveaway for you guys and get you some prizes and, you know, Christmas card from Dan. Onward and upward, guys. Reach out with any questions. hello@iallegedly.com. Send the stories, but boots on the ground, guys, that you send me, that's the greatest thing in the world, guys. It really is. I'll see you guys very soon.